Yes, my people. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Depending on the location, for the connect with us. My name is Apostle Alfred Odion Oyinosa. The man will talk and they do and this one as it be. And I know say we like better thing. If you don't value good thing, don't continue to be talking about bad thing. But the truth be say, our honor to say how we fit change the negative narrative about governance in Edo, and that's the reason we continue to appreciate the effort of Governor Godwin Obaseki in making Edo great again. So this evening we carry waka. Again, one man we say don't they do some kind of work. People not too know. And let's say the man they have, I can say today no go hide again. If I have to go BBC, Al Jazeera. So I need this man. Who be this man? Engineer OKOJIE meeting. We be saying I be the commissioner for road and bridge in Edo. And we don't see so many work with this man don't they do. And a lot of area work we also want to make him talk. And the people and also not they find how I want to reach out. Today I don't say him by the grace of God. I don't feel formal. I also discovered the man a free man. No protocol, nobody they give you necessary need to say write your name. Okay. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. You're welcome.
Obusa. So my people, my organ name and my organ because you know me as a servant. The name na Engineer OKOJIE meeting. Now one of the men will be saying Governor Obaseki look to say who will give the job about road and bridges in Edo. Now I see engineer. So with me putting a square peg in a square hole, not putting a square peg in a round hole. Again, questions people don't ask him. One road, go buy, Aduwawa, what did they happen? You know, say me, I don't tell and say the work, not stop, work they go on. But before then, I want to make hear for my organ man as he introduced himself to una. Well sir.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
Well done, sir.
It's a pleasure to meet you, and it's a pleasure to talk to our people in Edo State.
Thank you, sir.
Should I use broken
English?
Okay. Make we talk and the way we understand them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I thank you for coming, and I believe say this government he gets the better of everybody in Edo State for in mind. Now one government when I don't see say almost everybody when they on board, not be waiting go reach their hand or their belly and they define. We don't see say our governor on his own, he has a focus. Now one man when he say he get focus and he dey determined to keep that focus on where they go. Nothing they distract him, nothing they shake him, nothing they make him. They say they fear or they shake. If he get one thing when they say he want to do, he will ensure say he go do it to the end. And that is one of the things where I like about him. When make me say I go work with him. And not only just work with him, I will contribute my own quarter to ensure say that target when it does set for us, we all meet them together. Because we all come from Edo State. We all grew up here.
Yeah.
When I graduated and left school, there was nothing to do in Edo State. I had to go to other parts of the country and other parts of the world to develop myself and make a name for myself. But today, I want that narrative to change. So that a young school leaver, when he come out from school, he will remain in Edo State because there is something to do for him to do.
Now people talk as it be. Now the issue of Ekema Road. As you said the other day, some of people protest and a lot of negative comments. But I know say under making Edo great, Abadan project na sin.
It is a very big thing. A very big thing. You see, when we see that protest, it thing surprise us somehow. But at the same time, it not too surprise us because we know say we did the season when it be say most roads people will complain about them, and that is the rainy season.
Yeah.
That Ekema Road particularly, when that protest happened, I had to go by myself to go there. To go and interact with the people. Look, we awarded that Ekema Road project late, I think November or so, 2019.
Okay.
Contractors start work. But all of us know say 2020 now 1 year when it be say
everywhere locked down.
The whole world, not only Nigeria, was locked down. No matter how technologically advanced you were, In 2020, you could achieve nothing.
Yeah.
So our contractors left sites because everywhere was closed down. So the whole of 2020, we not fit do anything for Ekenwa Road. Now 2021, after COVID don't reduce more, now we can't start work again. And 2021 are just last year.
Yeah.
So we started work in 2021. This is 2022, and we have done over 70% of that job. And that job, not be seen as straight tarring on the road. We do underground drain for them when it reach 9 meters deep.
Wow.
9 meters deep, that is the height of 3-story building. All to ensure that we are able to take the flood away. And we don't complete that exercise within this period of a year plus. And the road, they go on, even as we speak now. So we dey surprised when the BC Ekenwa people they come out, they protest and all that. So I go, and at the end of the day, they're able to see with us, say, look, that job is not slow at all because of the component of the job and the peculiarity of that area.
But people don't complain say the work is slow.
They complain, say, yeah, they wonder. If you are able to do underground drain of 9 meters within 1 year, that will not be slow job. It will not be slow job. So when we finish talking with the Ekenwa people, at least they understood with us. Another thing when we tell them, we say, this government, we don't want to do work when it be say you just do them anyhow and come out there. No. Engineering work, it gets waiting with they call technical time.
Okay.
Like if you cast decking today now, you not go cast them today, go remove the bamboo and everything when you put the following day, load your chair of stuff say you want to stay. No, you must give them a certain amount of time
To
cure and to gather in strength. That is what we refer to as the technical time of curing concrete. Now so road be too. Road to get different items of work when make up road. And they get time when you say you go give them, make them take gather strength before motor, trailer, everything begin run on top. If you don't give them that kind of time, once you run on top like that, everything will spoil. So it good make it be say we not say the people need road. We need to I need that for my own house. Everybody need that.
We need road.
But then we not just need road, we need road when it go last. So we must do it properly and we must follow due process in everything we do so that we not will be like say we waste and do people money. But if we over rush them, we will waste the people money because you do them now 6 months time, don't spoil it. That time they go to say contractor, not good. Now say the man rush the job because everybody they put pressure on a finisher. We almost anything when we do in the rush, it's not the best.
Any question for that place?
No, not yet.
So my people, it did very good say we dey hear from the horse's mouth. And because we know the 2 year, people they complain. But thank God so now the year, we now continue to the year. When I don't hear the report from Ekenwa Road, remember say under making a do great, abandoned project na sin. So Augusta, for limit junction, some people they complain say yes na federal road. Say before that junction, whether we not fit do something for limit junction, then for Bobo, they say 19th Street. They complain. So if I bet throw more light for this small area.
Yes, on that issue of limit junction, not only limit junction, there are so many other junctions like that when the BCA they get a small problem. And the reason we say because of the way traffic they turn, when you reach junction, your tire will turn.
Yes, sir.
That adds additional strain on the road. So from time to time, it go they be like say they get small problem. I assure you between now and 2 weeks, because that limit we don't already discuss them for here.
Wow.
We don't take decision. We don't even tell the contractor when we go do them. You know, say that one na federal road.
Yes.
And so now small things we will feel do so that the road will be let to pass, because federal road is actually federal government responsibility, and they don't tell us say make states not they do federal road.
Make state remove hand.
Make state remove hand from.
But now we dey suffer now.
And now we dey suffer. But the thing is, say federal government too, it gets your own budget, it gets your own money, it gets your own, so it should also do, they should also do their responsibilities.
Wow.
Now small palliative and other we feel they do so that it go ensure say our people they use the road well. So when it bad well, they like say we go intervene, but then now federal government work with that.
Wow, my people are well done. So we will let Organa make it tell us so many work we don't do because so many road deal maybe say me I don't walk out past. We so take my leg don't fly. People never expect you don't do that road. Even Iriri, a year come back, me I say to the shop, I beg. I know say all the list of the road the day you're praying, never need paper. I beg tell them to people, make it here as possible.
There are plenty roads when we don't do, but you get some information and I would still like make our people.
Go ahead, sir.
You know, say roads is very many. In Edo State here, we have over 9,700 kilometers of roads.
9,700
kilometers
of
roads in Edo State here. That will not be small number. So, if you want to make you tie 9,700 kilometers in one day or even in 1 year, not possible. So, Edo State, through the leadership of Godwin Obaseki, don't say no. This one we just they do gra. Anybody come here, you go there. Anybody shout here, you go there. Make we get a plan.
Okay.
When you be say we look, okay, we have 9,700 kilometers. How many we don't tie?
Okay, for inside that number.
For inside that number, how many will remain? Okay, for this one will remain. Make we put plan when you be say we fit take
manage this. Wow.
We don't they do that plan. Don't say and say no. Not be something we feel do in 1 year. So he told us, mandated us to get him a 30 years plan. When he be say every year we go put am for budget, say now so number of kilometers.
Now we want to do.
Now we want to. So that he when the governor, he go look for how he go take run up and down
to bring
get money. Because road matter, my brother, no be cheap thing, no. Make I tell us the truth. Not be cheap thing. It's very expensive to do roads. And like I talk about for one program when I go, even if we say make we take all the budget for Edo State, take the do only road, we're not going to still finish our.
Wow.
So we must get a plan, arrange them properly, put them in place so that every year governor will not say, okay, now so amount I will look for make roads take the go. So we have done that already as we speak, and the governor in the process of approving that plan for us. You don't agree with us, but you know, say you go still look and work in your own hand, you will take the get the money, so that everything will be waka well. So once we have that plan, once we have that organization in place, you discover that every year we will be delivering to Edo people not less than 105 kilometers of roads.
Every year. Not less than 105
kilometers of roads. Now we deliver finish.
Wow.
They deliver to Edo people. If we continue like that for the next 30 years, we would have done another 3,100 kilometers of road to add to the one when we don't get.
We don't be ground already.
You discover that if we have that quantity of roads, Edo State will be a better place to live. But the truth is that not be something when it happen like magic overnight. It's a gradual process of the next 30 years. So there are so many roads when we don't do, and there are so many when we still they do right now. Like that 19th Street where you talk about, we don't already start work there. Levant Construction Company, they don't already start work there. But because in a rainy season, I will do so. You get plenty kind of work when you know what you do now. So if they try to prepare the site, they see some of the culverts, some of the concrete works when it be say rain not the two affect. Now that one that will take start 19th Street and the Law Street, all those areas, 18th Street,
Lucky Street,
all those areas. We don't do. And you know say one big problem we get for those State now this problem of where to discharge water. And the one thing when they make our road now, they very expensive. Because the way we they build house up and down,
no plan.
no arrangement, nothing. Community go just wake up, sell land as they like. Then come they call government, say na government go come put road. You go buy land from community. You not go even register with government. You not go even tell government say you buy land or anything. When you don't build that thing, you say make government come put road. How? So you discover that most of those areas, we don't even know that it's already developed until you read there. You go say, this kind of thing they here. Because nobody for that area get land, nobody for that area get approval. Even the community before they sell land, they don't get any approval from government. So all of these things, they complicate matters for us. So this issue of water discharge, now major thing now we're supposed to do. Because for all those places where we like Sapele Road, already that time, then too, then they protest.
Yes.
The reason for that thing that they say water.
Nowhere to come.
When they construct Sapele Road that time, all of us they happy now.
Yes.
To go worry that time, 30, 40 minutes, you don't reach there. And for many years we use them like that, no problem. But we discover say road, it always attracts development.
Yes.
Once you put road here now, houses not deal, but give them 1-2 years, the whole area
don't cover up.
they don't cover up. And in that process, all the places where water suppose they follow come out, they go buy them. If they see and say it low, they go fill up, come build mansion for them. Where water will come they pass? Nowhere. Go dey road. Now that one be the major problem when they affect us for Edo State now. That we need to look at. And I don't talk in some programs. Look, only government no go fit solve that problem. Now wetin I call collaboration between government and the people. Because this government all they talk. So now still the people.
And the people.
Me where I dey here, I get house where I dey live.
Yeah.
I know they sleep on inside bush. Now the government and the people, we will work hand in hand to make sure say all those areas when you be say we see them for community and here water they pass, make we preserve them. So that by the time government come to do the road, it go see the now here water they pass, so you carry water pass. If na concrete channel you want put to, if na to beach or anything when you want do, you go do them to make sure say the thing strong. But if that channel not did there,
no problem. Wow.
A big problem.
And thank you very much, sir. Now God will bless you because the way to explain us so now waiting our people to find this. And we know so we get natural water we they call moats.
Yes.
And some of us cover say a lot, in fact, if not be 100% of the moats, they don't cover all the moats. Now, waiting the una plan now to fit recover those moats because that is the only one of fit channel water come out. So I beg.
The governor has a lot of plans which he has told us that particularly concerning that moat. Very soon though, very soon we go begin see action because moats, nobody go fit tell us say na he get moat,
yes, sir,
or he get land for moat. But if you go most some of our moat now, you see I say na mansion, 9 days inside, and the man go tell you say he buy the land. Mr. Governor is coming for you.
Mr. Governor is coming for you.
Because in due time we go clear that moat go. Make it they give us, because moats really not be the place where we go they dump water. That is not Mr. Governor's plan. Say when we clear up, we go they dump water put. No, that is not the plan. We get another plan for water.
Wow.
And we get another plan for the moat. Because that moat is a national asset, na national monument. When you say everybody for the world, then they suppose to come.
Wow.
China, you go great China world. You go just go walk out on top, take pictures, say yes, I don't come here. That's what our moat supposed to. Very soon, with this museum when they come, a project when they on board now. Very soon, we go. One of the things when we go, the fit do there now, what we call moat walk. When it be say you go fit enter the moat, walk inside, see how it be those days. Now part of the thing when they plan for them, not be my so I not to talk out. When they reach time, the people when get time,
they will
explain to us. But it's something every Edo man should be proud of. Should be proud of it. that people are coming to your land to see what your fathers and your great-grandfathers they did. It is something that we all should be proud of, and we will give all the support that we need. So for that moat, it will be restored by the grace of God.
Amen.
And everything that is needed to be done, I assure you, Mr. Governor, will do it.
Amen.
We have 3 questions.
Have a question.
People. My Honorable Commissioner, this is coming for Pascal, so pass. He said, my Honorable Commissioner, sir, if I may ask, why is it that most roads are left without regular cleanup and maintenance after construction? Here abroad, the Ministry of Work combines with the Ministry of Environment to clean and patch roads regularly to avoid heavy damage on the roads.
Okay, that's question number 1.
Yes.
Okay. Give me another question.
Then the second question is there any plan under this administration for Welu Road? Then the last question here, my Honorable Commissioner, is he said, why is the government doing local government roads?
Okay. First of all, with the maintenance of roads, we have set up our own internal mechanism for maintaining our road going forward. Because we don't say maintenance now one thing when it be say as Nigerians we know to our body.
Yeah.
We lack maintenance culture, but in this administration we are working together to make up a plan so that maintenance becomes our culture.
Wow. 2
weeks ago I did a press conference, and it was in collaboration with my a partner from environment, the Commissioner for Environment. We came together, we addressed everybody and addressed all these issues. Right now, I know that the Ministry of Environment, they are busy right now cleaning up drains. If you go through Central Road now, you will see they even block them.
Yeah, just left there now.
They are packing the drainages out. You go to Bowo, all those areas, they are working massively. And we are working in collaboration with them such that the ones when they not fit do, we here, we are doing it. Okay. So there are so many areas now in Benin. But you know, say over time, we don't neglect these things.
That's true.
So it will take a while before we start seeing the effect. But I can assure you, work on the silting of drains and maintenance of road is going on as we speak. On the Welu Road issue, yes, we have plans for Welu Road. In fact, the preliminary work on Welu Road is ongoing as we talk now. Wow. You know, if you don't go that to Welu side, you don't say the problem now water.
Yes.
Once Otote, all those areas, once rain fall, na river na it be. So we don't say any road when you do inside that kind of condition, no, it cannot stand. So we have, if you look that map you see there for my ward there now the map of the drainage plan.
I been show them the map. Just show them the map.
And the map of the drainage plan for Benin City be that.
Wow.
And Welu is part of it.
Wow.
In fact, we don't already start the Welu area. If I get up and show you here, this is Uwelu Catchment West.
Okay.
This is Uwelu Catchment East.
Wow.
Eh?
Yes, sir.
We don't the Duam, the underground drain they come. We don't near Otote Street.
Okay.
Now as we speak.
Okay.
When we are able to get it somewhere here, we can now bring in all the water into it so that the water can go flow.
Wow.
You understand? Once we achieve that feat, which we are already at Otote Street, we connect all that water in Welu area into that place. This is why I say water not going to be there again. Wow. And by the time there is no more water there, the roads can be easily fixed. Wow. So we don't want to put the cart before the horse. We want to finish that underground drain so that when we now fix the road, we have where to take the water and Welu Road will be good. So the people of Welu need them still exercise patience. And these things all they talk, so they are not cheap. So the governor, they stress, they hustle up and down. They find the money to come out so that we will keep on working. So now patience, we they beg the people of Welu. Patience more. We don't near you, we don't near finish. So maybe they just let us finish that. We can now continue from Welu.
The last question is say one of the local government road.
Yes, you see, we not they do local government road. But you see, like I said, road construction is not a cheap thing. So we sat down with Mr. Governor and we looked at it. If we say make we do express road for everywhere, it go take before it reach everybody. So we want to categorize our roads into 3 major categories. We'll have the feeder roads, we'll have the secondary roads, and we'll have the tertiary roads. Based on our calculated load, when we expect this load to carry, like the road when enter your house, not be the same load when the road when the major road like Sapele Road.
No, are 2 different roads.
Not 2 different roads. So we will try to set the standard for 3 different classes of road, so that it will be a bit more affordable to government. So nobody will say we they do local government road. No. In fact, these things since they appointed us, myself and my peers, we have come together. We have compiled what we call the operational guidelines.
The operational
guidelines for road works in Edo State, such that anybody will want to do road for Edo State from now on, he gets certain standard, certain guidelines when you go follow. So that at the end of the day, the road when they give us, we know say it did to a certain standard. If na road when they maybe not just for people to they enter inside house, we get the standard when we take that one. When it be say you do no problem. If na road when it be say we anticipate so much traffic, say na feeder road when it be say everybody they follow, we go know how we go put the standard, so that anybody, even if na federal government or state government, we know say NDDC they do plenty projects for those people.
Plenty.
And they go say, oh, this one no good, that one no. Now we have that operational guidelines, such that anybody, if you are not doing it to the standard, we'll come and stop you. We will come and stop you, because now for our state they do the road. Most of the time, road when other people do, they go come accuse me for here, say you go do bad road. When I go say I won't do that to the government, say no, the way do it. That's also people now do it. But it go hard me to explain to people, say not the way do it, another person, then it go hard to talk. So we have created that operational guidelines, so that anybody from now on, they say if you work for Edo State, we go send our engineers go there. If you not reach the standard,
forget that.
We go tell you say, oh God, beg stop. We get plan to do them, as we only say we never reach there. We will tell you stop. But if it reach our standard, we go thank you and encourage you to go on. But even at that, if we tell you stop, we not go drive it, but we need all those money when they come from other places.
We need that.
Not be only, we cannot finish everything. We need all those money. When we go to the organization, tell them, say, look, this standard of road one I want to do for us, it not work for us, so I beg, make una add small so that it will reach our standard. So that is what we are doing, and we will continue to do that, because we don't discover say development not be something where only one person will feed do and not be one day work. Now collaboration. If NDDC come, they can't do one road for us. Now plus to us.
That's true.
If Ministry of Niger Delta come, they can't do one road for us. Now plus. Even if private individual say I get the money, I want to. Now plus to us. We will welcome everybody. The only thing we say, we will tell them and say, I beg, do one to this standard and this specification. So that my governor not go come vex for me, say, oh, why you allow that thing? Because 11 o'clock for night yesterday, still they call me. They tell me say one road for them when you do. What? I tell them, say, oh God, go look at today.
You don't go look at.
I don't go look at. Before I enter office, I don't run, go there, come back.
Hey, my people, I did very happy. Now this kind of things, now our people want interactive. We go to hear, we go to talk to ourselves. We want to say thank you now, do well, and God will bless all of you now. But before we let Oga Commissioner go, because I just thought they give me sign say, in when you hungry, don't go, if I don't worry, no say don't hungry. Oga, get one road when we say, to go.
Ewotubu Road, yes.
Yes. Yeah, we hear a lot of controversy, but me I not get a concrete answer. Because when they start that work, me I go do broadcast there. I call happy say, oh, government don't start Ewotubu Road though, the next thing they call stop. So I'm not gonna get there and tell my people. That go say me I agree with you now. What happen for Ewotubu Road?
Ewotubu Road na still the same thing like Owelu. You see, the problem na still water. So if we want to capture the water properly first, so that we know say anything we will do, because that Ewotubu, honestly, the thing anytime it make me feel somehow, because it don't take when this matter they shout and Ewotubu make them be a big vision. We want a full permanent solution
to that erosion
in that area. Take out the water to Ogba River. Once we are able to finish all that thing you see on the drawing just now, the Ewotubu will become a different place.
Wow.
But please, when I beg you, make them patient, because soup when sweet, not only better money killer, but it take time for you to cook them. Now you say you don't pack everything. Now you say you don't pack everything, then they put there, so you have to go chop.
Time and strategy.
Time. So we go reach there. We go reach there by the grace of God.
Thank you very much, sir. My people, I get one request. That commissioner, sir.
Yes, sir.
I beg. Once in a month, we want make you open this door for us. We will come like this.
Somebody
don't talk to us.
Somebody don't talk here.
Okay.
They say, honorable commissioners, we appreciate you and your ministry. It says feedback like this from our commissioners will stop negative propaganda and give the people the right information. Say I often encourage other commissioners to emulate this.
Thank you very much.
So I beg you,
no wahala.
Once in a month,
God giving us life. We will be here.
They brief our people. So my people, una do well. Una don't hear from our grandmas. I beg, make una not put the chief for gutter. Make una not throw away the chief for road. Una when they build out the cover road, I beg. Una not the cover road again. Una not the cover the waterway so that Edo will become great again. Remember, Governor Godwin Obaseki alone no go fit make Edo great. Now everybody we need to encourage her. Remember, Edo cannot become great if there is no peace. We use God make una let peace dey this day so that we will fit enjoy development. Final words from our guy to our people.
Yes, my people, I thank una for una patience so far. I thank una for una cooperation so far. Like I talk, na collab, now we go dey continue today so that it go better for everybody. This government gets the development of Edo State at heart. Make we work with them, make we work with our whole heart so that it go better for all of us. I thank you for your support so far. We will continue to do our best to make sure say we contribute the quota when we feel contribute to make our state to be a better state. Thank you, everybody.
Now do well. Managing Apostle Alfred Odio, you know, sir. The man with the talk and the doing, the show as it be. Bye for now.